I'm going to swing the camera here and give you all a little look at who, what, when, and where here in Washington, D.C. Speeding Marylander going up through there. Beautiful day. Embassy of Moldova next door. Building built about 1880 something, I believe. And the courtyard from where I hold forth. We are selling the unit at the end. So if you're interested, there was the information. Munson 10, very nice guy. 202-322-3558 is the realtor. So anyhow, onward. We always say onward. Got Gary Joseph joining. Catherine Wallenstein, too. Good to have you with us. The passing show's point is to just give a little who, what, when, and where. Raw journalism as it happens. And also some primary documentation for research historians of the future, perhaps. I don't know for certain that you'll find that the art and science of history will be applied using any of the information I'm laying down here, but it is primary documentation of the history 2026, June the 17th, the day my dear wife is having her cataract surgery. So I'm going up to get the car and bring it down, get it closer. Hearing a high-pitched, sounds like an alarm going off in the neighborhood. Sound carries pretty well. Here we have another house for sale. Several realtors involved from Sotheby's International Realty. 202-893-8881. And thank you for thanking me for doing this. That's so kind. You know, I was just noting that attention is the rarest form of generosity. And the words of Simone Weil, I think it's Vi, how do you pronounce her name? Weil. And I think that's a very important thing to remember. Apparently Schopenhauer said something very similar. And I was listening to something about William James, and again, a thing about attention. What we pay attention to is what we focus upon, what we see. And it's hard to see. So much data streaming in, so many stimuli. We all form our own reality tunnels. Then we'll go take a look down the Spanish Steps. Probably won't go down there all together, but I got myself walking, and hopefully that'll help. Nice tree. It's a cedar, red cedar. Ah, the fountain is running. How pleasant. I'm gonna have to take a walk down after all. The first of the Spanish Steps. These were originally built in 1911, and they were redone in 1999. There's the origin. And there's the water flowing ever onward. The ferns growing in the garden. There used to be a realtor's stand here, apparently. There's another one down below. Take a look, see what's in there. If anything, nobody's selling this out, okay? But I love that granite lion. I have a lion-headed door knocker myself. Anything in this little realtor stand, or is there information? Nope, not now. It's empty. And look at the beginning of the sunlight hitting the tops of the buildings down 22nd Street. 22nd Street was just too steep right here to consider extending the road to connect up to S, so they put this park in. One of my favorite features. I remember taking my wife on one of our early dates walking in the neighborhood, maybe the very first one. I don't know. But I came up through here. It's not the same as the Roman Spanish steps, but it's aping them after fashion. 1911. What else have I got? Cataract surgery is wonderful. Yes, I'm wearing my Seva t-shirt, which is all about restoring sight to the needlessly blind. Seva, Sanskrit for service. And, well, that's the way it goes. Doing service. It's the price we pay for our rent on planet Earth. And I don't really have a whole lot more to say on the subject. Some of our daylilies in bloom up here at Winchell Park. I guess I'll come back down to the car in a minute. Lynn and I should take off about 6:30 even. But first, a few of the flowers in the local color. Embassy of Laos residents. Pardon. You can hear a mourning dove calling, or the daylilies. Little circular set of benches in our free library at Mitchell Park. You know, I might be able to walk up through the park too on my way back. That'd be a nice thing to do. Yeah, I think I will. Well, the Ocean Ambassador sold this house and it's been rehabbed for a while. The house next door was the home of the Irish ambassador. And we have the Embassy Myanmar, former home of Herbert Hoover. The double mansion owned by Jeff Bezos just down below. And even further down is the Woodrow Wilson house, where he lived after his presidency, and in which his widow would continue to live until 1965, I guess, when she passed away. Can't really see much of that through the foliage up here, but it is what it is. I'm going to walk up to Mitchell Park's benches. Have a squirrel leaping through the trees there. Black squirrel, it looks like. Hello, black squirrel. Yeah, there he goes. Hi. Coming down to see me? Thinks I have food for him, probably. Definitely tracking me. Park update. Found a solution for new benches and are waiting for the city approvals to remove the old ones and install the new. Well, that's good to know. Definitely have fallen apart a bit. Mona's Eyes. I saw that book quite a bit. International #1 bestseller, Mona's Eyes. next to the light of battle, which is Eisenhower D-Day and the birth of the American superpower. I think that should be worth checking out. Open and close the gates. Very quiet here. It's a dog park, though, and soon will be full of dogs, I would expect. Lawn is full of various critters, plantains. What else we got? Clover, some grasses of various sorts. Birds are chirping. Mourning doves calling. Nothing much else going on. Yeah, my father's vision was much worse than 2020, 2200 or 2400. He had 2400 in one eye and 3600 in the other. But it was corrected, and at the end of his life, he had like blank lenses because the prescription was in the lens. Passed away April 7th, 2024, at the age of 91 and change. And I'm grateful he had a long life, which I try to preserve. That's a big part of what Heroings is doing. It's the charitable arm, the publishing arm of the Harold B. Gill Foundation, LLC, which is still going, still creating losses, not creating a whole lot of revenue. Need to do the book soon, and got to think about that. Try to do better bookkeeping. So the life goes on. You can see the sky as it's taking shape. Be the change you want to see in the world. Ah, they do. Down south here in Washington, D.C., we do have black squirrels. We also have white ones sometimes that some albino is running about, which I occasionally see. I don't think they last long due to hawks. And that's about it for the passing show. Be the change you want to see in the world. And remember, every cent spent is a vote for the kind of world that we are creating together out here.